for, well, I'm going to run over. I'm going to go get my little book. I can't talk yet. I'm going to go
It's
back
okay.
over to Messenger and tell people on Janet that we're here. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
okay.
Be
Thank
right
you.
back.
All right. Hello, hello, folks. We're here. We're a little early, but we were both available a little early, and so why not? Except Barbara's gone now for a minute, but she'll be back. Um, I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work in our little book that we're working in, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet today. I did have um, a couple of ideas, but see, that won't fit on that page. So it's a good thing I wasn't married to that idea, isn't it? Maybe this one. That one would work. But I thought I could use this and just the frame part and collage over the top of these holes. Hi, Brittany. So glad you're here. But I thought that it would maybe punch when I was punching these pieces out. I thought it would punch here and just leave a frame, but it doesn't. But that actually works out better because I don't have to have an exact straight line with the things I put on top of it.
That's cool.
So
What is that piece? I was out of the room. Hi,
it's
Brittany.
a it's some dies for my big shot.
Oh, okay.
One is a big, stamp kind of frame die,
Uh huh.
but and then the others were small ones, but they're those big dies that are really thick,
Yes.
and you use this big stamp one as a base for these little ones that are just individual,
Okay.
and so I wanted these parts and I cut them out, and I have no idea where those are, by the way. I've got a whole bunch of them somewhere, but I don't know where they are. But anyway, this was in my box, and I
um,
thought, well, I could put this down and let it be my background, and then I could
whoa.
cover these parts up with collage stuffs, and that way this will get used and it looks cute. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Hi, Julie. So good to see you.
Hi,
Up
Julie.
so
Good
bright and
morning.
early. Of course, it's probably dark and early, not bright and early, but
Yeah,
anyway.
I think it's dark and early. So,
Anyway,
y'all,
we're glad you're here.
this is the page I made in my
Oh, let me
calendar
make you
page.
big.
That's okay. I can move it around. So this is my calendar page, and this is that paper that Lisa enabled me to buy, which is this whole little packet. So I put labels so I could tell what was what. This is the, like, it has newspapers, it has florals. Y'all saw her video probably. Letters, butterflies, music. I love the music pages
Yeah.
and maps. So I'm probably going to use some of that. Yeah, Julie, 4:59 a.m. Julie, at 10:30, I woke up and looked at my clock and I said, "Oh my God, I'm going live with Lisa in 30 minutes."
Better get up.
10:30, not 4:30. Eek. Okay, so take me off big. Take me off. Thank you.
Take me off big. Don't make me
Take me
big
off
anymore.
big.
Well, I'm thinking if things go the way I think they're going to, and I may have misunderstood her, but I think Tanya might be home next week sometime.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
It would be great. It would
Well, you know me,
indeed.
I don't mind relinquishing this time with you for her.
Well, I'm looking forward to her being back, but I sure am grateful to have you come stream with me.
Well, it's fun. It's really fun. And I don't mind being a substitute. All right. So here's my next page.
Oh, that's pretty.
It is, isn't it? I
I'm
like
just
it.
going to work on this page because it happened to fit this frame inside it.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
oh,
so
let's
what do
see
I
who
want to
that is.
do? Maybe I want to make some of those. These would be just great on one. Let's see what we got. Let's see though. Isn't that pretty? Look, that's the whole page. It fits the whole page.
Yeah. And it looks really good with your other side.
It does. Oh, this might be better. I might have to do that one. I like the colors in this one better. Okay. Oh, this would be a good one to do the whole bird cage on. I might have to do that because I've got to use that page full.
That's beautiful. I love that
It
one
is.
too.
I think I only have one of those. No, I have two. I think I'm going to use that one because I can.
Well, that's a good reason.
Julie, you said PM question mark. Were you talking to me about when I woke up? No, I woke up at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock here. It's 11 o'clock where Barbara's at. So
I'm just going to put this whole page right there. So I have to take off a sliver. Take off a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the sliver.
yes, it will be nice to have Tanya back. I've missed her.
I bet
I've been busy, so I um
Our
it's kind of
generation, Mark, isn't it? Mark.
yes. Hi, Mark. Welcome,
Hi, Mark.
welcome.
Good morning or good afternoon or wherever it is your time.
Whatever it is where you are. I need to get something real quick. I'll
Okay.
be right back.
Yes, Julie, it's 11 o'clock a.m. in California, and it's 1 o'clock p.m. in Texas, where Lisa is. Where are you, Mark? Julie's in Australia, and it's 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow for Julie. Oh, I hear somebody's running a big motor. Ugh. Like they're grinding. That's great. Y'all could probably hear that.
Hannah went to a book sale
Eastern.
at a used bookstore.
Mark is Eastern.
Okay, so it's an hour later for him than for me. She bought me a couple of books.
Oh, let's see. Ooh, books.
She said, "These are books, Mom, that's okay for you to tear up."
Ah,
But this one,
no.
I think the drawings in it are simple enough that I can use them to just draw by.
Oh, indeed. Look.
So so that's how I'm planning to use this one. This one,
Maps.
yeah, I love
Cool.
maps. I'm going to make
Yeah.
myself big for just a second because it's a big book.
Yeah.
But I haven't really even looked at it. I just kind of opened it up a little bit. But it talks a lot about maps. And it's got some really nice paper, but it's kind of matte. It's not shiny like a lot of books with nice paper are. Anyway, it's got it talks about, the people who drew the maps and everything, but then it's got some really cool maps in it.
Boy, aren't
And
those
some of
pretty?
them, they're maps of battles and everything from the Civil War, but they're just really interesting. Um, anyway, I thought they would be fun to use as backgrounds for something. Um, even though, by the time you do stuff with them, most people won't know that they were war maps, but they're
Right.
really cool maps. Like
Oh,
this. This is Fort Henry and Fort Donaldson. You would never know that just by looking at it if you didn't
no,
have
but
that.
that's beautiful. Oh, that's neat.
So, anyway, and there's some, handwritten stuff in here and some hand drawn maps out of people's sketchbooks. Anyway, it was a really cool book. I look at that one.
Oh, that's neat. Plus a ledger sheet of some kind.
Uh-huh. Let's see. It's the Journal of Sidney Lyons. And he's it looks like it's a, here's a ledger book, but he's drawing the different portions of this route that they were going to take or something. Um anyway, and I like that some, you can see the old worn parts, where it had
Teresa,
been folded and was worn. So they're actual photographs of the real maps.
Teresa, that's
And
a wonderful thing. Oh, it's a wonderful observation. Hi, Teresa, by the way. I don't see why they say it was the Civil War. They were not very civil with each other.
they were not. Civil War is never a civil thing. Oh, although, yeah, I don't know. I I'm sure it has to do with the fact that it was, people within one country, but it was definitely not civil. War is never. Never heard of a real war that was civil. Okay, now then. Anyway, I just want to show you those books and
Cool.
that she got for me to play with. So that was fun.
So I
I
want to
found
show you.
this off of. Go
I
ahead.
want to show you this, Lisa. On this paper is so thin I can't. My little corner punch doesn't work. So I
Oh, uh
stuck a
huh.
little piece of paper behind it, and then it'll
Very
punch.
smart.
It'll punch the corner. Yeah.
Very smart. Very
I'm
smart.
smart. So what were you
You're
showing me there?
smart. Oh, I found this piece off of
Oh,
some piece of paper I had, so I cut it out, and it'll fit right in there. So I'm going to put that on top of whatever else I stick down. And I may do.
I'm liking that so far.
I'm just going to start with a base, and although it wouldn't have to fill the whole thing, the point of,
No. Are those are little windows?
well, there are little pieces that I cut out of the paper and I used this thing to do it. So I have somewhere pieces of
Oh,
paper
okay.
with these cutouts. Um, and so they left windows, but they're not there to use as, I mean, because of the clipboard piece, if it was three of these, I might use them as windows, but I've already
Uh-huh.
glued it down, so I can't do that right now anyway.
Uh-huh. Teresa's in the balcony, and I'm not
All
throwing
right,
any what
Teresa.
or nothing. Not throwing any tomatoes. Good.
No maters or nothing. Okay. Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
I prefer to have nothing thrown at me. I don't catch well, and I don't like things hitting me. Welcome, welcome, Teresa. I'm glad you're here. Just realized I didn't say that. I just assumed you knew I was glad you were here when I talked to you, but this is very strange kind of paper.
Ooh,
It's a
that's
little bit
pretty.
like wall it's thin like tissue paper, but it feels kind of like mulberry paper. But one of my friends got me some flowers for my birthday, and this was the paper that they were wrapped up in.
Oh,
So I'm not a big orange person, and a lot of it was wet, so it didn't make me feel bad to not get a whole bunch of it. But I thought it was too unique to not, um, to not keep. But it looks it is see through like tissue paper. But it does. But anyway, it's weird. It's really hard to tear, which makes it feel more like mulberry paper than tissue paper. But anyway, this came off of some soap. Can you guess what aroma the soap had?
oh, I could. I use at my house because I'm allergic to fragrances. I
Yeah.
use Dr. Bronner's lavender soap and peppermint soap because I'm not allergic to the real fragrances.
It's the chemical
It's the
equivalents that are
chemical
bad.
fake, fake fragrances that are bad. Oh,
Yeah,
that's lovely. Look, I love that piece of paper. I'm just
it
not going to
is.
mess
It's
that up at
beautiful.
all. Okay, let's see. What do I want? What do I want? See this little funny box? It's scraps of paper. And I'm going to open it up and see what's in it.
So is that your bitty scraps box?
Well, it's the one that just sits here within arm's reach, so I don't have to get up and get any one of the other three boxes.
Well, that's nice too.
I haven't dumped it out in a long time. I may not be inspired by, but see, look, I mean, these are little bitty things that I'm not keeping anymore. But there's a butterfly, a white butterfly, piece of napkin, a piece of a paper towel. Things I couldn't get rid of. Just a little piece of that.
Brown sugar and cinnamon.
Brown sugar and cinnamon. Mmm, my faves. Brown sugar and cinnamon.
Well, they definitely go together.
I'll take some. Oh, here's a love you already stamped out. Huh.
It's hard to know what's
That looks like a piece of Tanya paper.
a piece of Tanya paper. Yeah,
Well, it does, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like a
yep,
little piece of Tanya paper?
it does.
Things like that I can't bear to part with. Maybe I need to make a better one of that stamp because that's too pale. Okay. Maybe. Now, see, isn't that a piece to keep? It's like, oh, green. I may want that sometime.
You might. You just never know.
Oh, and I always like these little stamp off things. Some black and white. These are those little edges.
Oh, yeah.
These are edges on stamps. Ooh, I like the little snaky thing. All right. See, I get mesmerized. I tried some gluten-free wraps yesterday. It tasted so awful to throw it out.
Oh, no.
We bought some tortilla wraps at the health food store. That's all they had to offer was health food tortilla wraps. And they were so healthy that they all stuck together.
Oh, dear.
No.
The only gluten-free thing that I've tried that I really liked that was, a gluten-free version of something else. Now, there are some things that are just naturally gluten-free, and that's not an issue, but even though they brag about it being gluten-free, like some chips, like you're a potato, of course you're gluten-free. But anyway, um, I I got gluten-free pizza crust,
Yeah.
and I like thin pizza crust, so it worked out fine for me. When you put a bunch of stuff on it, you don't know what it tastes like really, but um, it turned out pretty good. But I don't know that I like the pizza on it really any much better than the keto crust that I make myself. So it's definitely more expensive than what I make myself, but it's convenient to just pull one out and make you a pizza. So I can't decide if that looks good or not. This is
I
too
like the
square looking
butterfly.
now.
I like the I like the green things or the growing thing you've got on there.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna just um, get rid of the squareness of this.
I was looking through all of my journals. Here's another Tanya piece. Um, I was looking through all of my little journals yesterday because something when I read the new copy of Senior News, it was asking about what is your bliss or something like that, and I thought, it's I've been retired for 10 years and it might be time for me to write something for the paper, which I haven't done. The paper that I
Yeah.
used to edit and write something every month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one. I haven't written anything. And so it's talking about what is your bliss? And I thought, well, gosh, I get to come into my playpen every single day and play. And when you look through all of your journals, I scan everything. So I have them already scanned. That's not a problem. Oh, here's a pretty thing. Um, but which of your pieces do you pick?
That would be difficult.
Yeah. Man, I just barely cracked the surface of this. Oh, see
Julie
there.
said she tried some gluten-free wraps yesterday and it was so awful she had to throw it out too. There's another brand she says called El Paso that she's gonna try. I have um well, no, these are not gluten-free actually. They're just very low carb. Um tortillas that I think are really good. But they're made by Mission, I think, one of the normal tortilla makers.
I think we like missions here.
Um,
I think that's the one that I buy.
but they have some that are like four carbs, four net carbs, because they have a lot of fiber in them. So, and those I think are really good. I like using those. But it's, I mean, I know a tortilla is a little different than a wrap, but for me, it's, I'd rather have a tortilla something than a wrap something. I like the
So, what is
tortilla
the
better.
difference between a tortilla and a wrap?
I think it's just different bread. Um, wraps, sometimes tortillas kind of have some thickness and squishiness to them, and it seems like wraps are thinner, or they're not soft. I don't know. The ones I've seen, I haven't actually bought them much. Plus, they're usually really big, so you can wrap it up, big things. And the tortillas I have are not that big, but of course, I don't mind that because um, I don't need a huge something. Or if I do, I just make two. It's not that big a deal. It's easier to hold anyway. But
All right, I'm getting
okay.
tired of this. I'm getting tired of it. Okay. Look, those are nice. Cut out some leaves, but I'm not going to do leaves on this one. See, there
Hi,
are some
Sherry.
treasures in here.
Welcome,
Sherry,
welcome.
no, a tortilla make a great pizza base.
Tortillas, I've used them for a really thin and crispy. If you don't put too much stuff on them, they work really good. If you put a lot, if you like a lot of toppings, then they don't hold up to that, generally speaking. But um, when I used to make them that way for the kids because Ethan wanted pepperoni and Hannah just wanted cheese. So that the tortilla was perfect for little pizzas for them when they were kids. Goodness, that was a long time ago.
Can y'all hear that grinding out my window?
Barely.
Good,
Not enough to cause a problem for me anyway.
good. I
I'm
think they
sure it's
must
annoying
be
for you.
grinding up trees or something. Oh, here's one of Linda's sketches.
I love it.
I know.
It's the lock grass monster.
The long grass monster. Oh, funny. That is so funny. She gave me some other cute little things. I think I showed y'all these last week.
Oh yes, you did. I love those.
Maybe I'll use this one this week. It's good colors. Okay. You know what? I'm going to just start putting these back in the box. Oh, one leaf in here. I need to cut some more. I bought this die set. Tanya enabled me way back when. And I just used it once. But I like them. Used them all
I
up.
love those dyes.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
I've got to get my dye machine out and get it in the house so I can use it. Oh, I haven't gotten into doing any more of that since Daryl went to the hospital. I'm just
Oh,
doing the things that have to be done, and then um,
thing.
getting my art stuff moved around is not a must compared to a lot of other things. So,
Yeah. I'm taking some of these things out of here because they should go somewhere else where I can see them a little more readily. Because now I don't remember. And look at that. I should put that on something.
oh yeah, you should. I would just pick a pretty page and put it right in the middle of it.
I know. I know. It is pretty. or just use it for a card. Or you can use it for a card front.
That's true too.
I don't know how it got into the scrap pile. Okay.
Well, I hope you feel better quickly, Sherry.
Flu shot. Oh, COVID. See, I didn't want to get them both together, Sherry. I chickened out.
Mm. I'm going to put this one right there where beautiful still shows up,
Ah.
but it comes
Ooh,
out over the.
nice. Okay. I'm going to put these in another place. I'm going to put these back in the box.
But I think I want a little something kind of behind it, kind of like this is behind that. But I don't know what.
To wow me another day.
Maybe some music paper.
These were some jelly prints I made on those. This is what I used for my Christmas holiday cards last year. On prescription things, they come in the craft color nowadays,
Yeah, that's cool.
and I love the way they jelly print.
Okay, that's too big. Yeah. Well, I got the flu shot one time and I got so sick that um I'm never taking it again.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
You got sick from it, like the
I got
flu?
sick. I got the flu really
Yeah.
bad. I was out of work 2 weeks because I took that stupid shot.
Jeez.
And I only took it because OSHA demanded it at work.
Yeah.
They said I had to take it. And next year they came around and I said, I'm not taking it. And they said, you have to take it. It's mandated. And I told them what happened. And they said, okay, you don't have to take it.
There you go.
Thank you, because I wasn't going to.
Smart people. We're going to have to do a jelly printing session soon.
Yes, that sounds good.
I got out my plate yesterday to make a page that I've started on my journal
Oh,
for a
dear.
journal page. I'm not going to do it today, but I'll show you the print that I made.
I messed up.
So I've got to decide what all goes on here.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
That looks like that could be either summer or fall.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a November 1st page on November 2nd or 3rd, probably November 2nd. I'll probably get around to doing it today, but this is one of those pieces of whatchamacallit, wallpaper. Isn't that a pretty thing?
It is pretty.
So that's what's going on top of there. So I didn't print straight in the book. That's just that's just a jelly print. Julie, you've been showing some really beautiful jelly prints on Lisa's channel and Tanya's channel and around.
Julie always shows pretty stuff. When she shows stuff,
Boy, she does, doesn't she?
it's always pretty. Yeah.
Well, she's found some ways of printing on that plate, different techniques that are really nice.
think I first thought I was going to put this over something, but now I think I'm going to
Oh,
use it as an
yeah.
underneath layer.
It shows through.
Yeah, it does. But I'm not sure what I would want to put there that would look right showing through. Does that make sense? I think it works better on this particular thing as a undercolor. But I have more, so there's more chances to use it the other way. Okay, and this glue went right through it and stuck it to the paper. There we go.
Oh my, you just don't know why you save all this stuff.
Because it might be useful.
It might.
It might be useful.
Well, I've got a whole list of it pulled out to play with today.
Oh, I'm not going after that. I just ended up tossing something off the floor. It's just going to stay there.
Use.
This was an envelope. Somebody sent me something in.
I have a piece of an envelope too. This is a piece of somebody's envelope. They're too pretty to toss. They're definitely usable. Something. Something.
Something.
Now, why am I keeping those tiny little pieces?
I need to, I've looked and seen how, that your stuff looked really pretty, but I haven't actually seen how you did it or taken the time to pay attention, Julie. But I would like to look at your techniques. And do you explain them on any of your posts, or are you just posting because I'll be honest with you, even when I looked at things, I don't really remember them very well because it's kind of like half a second,
In one brain cell and out the other, I like to think.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Okay, there's a few things that are going. Out of all that, this is what I'm throwing away. Oh, God. That's pitiful.
Well, better, I guess, than nothing.
That's funny.
Okay, well, I'll go back and read through the posts, and when I have a chance to actually think about how to do something.
How's your stepfather?
Well, he's still making progress, but it's really slow. The thing that's the slowest is the being able to swallow right again, and
Ooh.
that's the thing that bothers him the most because he really wants to eat real food, and
Yeah.
And I can sure understand that. So, but one of the strokes hit the place in your brain that controls swallowing. And it controls other things too, your voice box. And so he's having to kind of learn to, project his voice again and make his voice box work better. He's always been a singer. And
Oh.
so he sang in a quartet for years and years. And then he and mom was sang in some group, a group called the Chorale, where they sing at different holidays. They sing, songs. They do a Fourth of July, and Easter, and a Christmas um, program where they practice for a couple of months, and then they, have some 2 or 3 different programs where you can go and watch them. And he was in the middle of practicing for one for Christmas when this happened. So,
Oh gosh.
um, anyway, just yesterday, no, day before yesterday, he was singing to mom, "Have I told you lately that I love you?" And he
Oh.
actually had a full voice to sing it with for the first time since this
Oh.
happened. So that made me cry. I sat there behind him and cried. He didn't even know I was there, I don't think. He forgot that I was sitting there. He was just singing to mom. And
Oh, sweet.
he's a very, very sweet man. We had a meeting with the therapy director and the head of nursing and the um, social worker who helps you, when you go home, know what kind of help you might need at home and that kind of thing.
Right.
And a lot of what I thought they were updating us, but basically it was more of them finding out kind of where he was before this all happened, and what we, how much independence did we want him to have when he came home. And we were like, as much as possible.
Yeah,
you
really.
know, and I told him, I said, he's used to going to church and to going to the store and to going up to the office one day a week still, and he's used to going on trips, and and he
Uh-huh.
wants to be able to do those things. And they were like, "Wow, okay, well, we got a ways to go then." So,
Oh gosh.
um, but at least they were, when you look at him, he looks so frail, especially right now, that it's hard for them to imagine that he really, of course, they see people in bad shape all the time, but it's hard for them to imagine that he really was that independent before this. And um, so I was like, no, they did all their own stuff. They paid their own bills. They did all their own things. And so this has been really hard on both of them.
Oh yeah, man.
But anyway, if y'all just keep praying for him, he's doing better, but it's not easy. I need some. So these are so light, you can hardly even see them.
Oh, they're pretty.
And when I put them on here, they really hide because there's so much orange in here. So
Oh, okay.
somewhere,
Are they too small to ink?
well, that might work. That might work actually. Um, where did I didn't think about that, which shows how I'm really off my game, huh? Because I usually first thing I think of is that everything needs to be inked.
Really? I think I'm still not going to use that one. Okay.
That does help some. This one I didn't do a great job.
All right.
Oh,
I
sorry.
think I'm going to glue all this down like right about yay. But then I'm going to go find that stamp. God, I hope it's not under all this mess. Prepare for a craft-a-lanch. It's gonna be a craft-a-lanch. Oh, I didn't show you all my finished page of Zentangles.
Oh, beautiful. Let me make you big. Just a second.
So this is the last page. I finished them all. I did them all for Inktober Tangles. So these are all, most of them are new to me. This was the first half.
Well, they're all beautiful.
They are. I especially love these. These I can use a lot
Oh, yeah.
because I really like the natural, and this little thing I like, and this little thing I like.
I really like that one up second from the top in the middle, on the left.
That
No,
one?
nope, over the other way, down. Yes, that one.
Yeah. Yes, that one's pretty, isn't it? And then this one was supposed to be just this grid thing, like a fishnet.
Uh-huh.
But the fishnet idea bored me, so I made it a big close-up of a fishnet with little windows in it.
I like it.
I like it too. These were supposed to be flower heads, and I made them into little flower pots. Yeah, fun. Yeah, it's good.
I love that
Okay,
triangular one too, with the flower growing out of it.
I like that one too.
I
I like that one too.
like how you took their ideas and you made them your own.
Yes, I finally got better at that on this page than I did on this page. I was kind of slavishly going along with what they were doing, and there were some I might have done differently, but that's okay. I don't care.
Well, it just shows that you were growing and learning. That's a good thing.
Exactly. And
Julie says, I
sometimes
just
I'm
noticed
just,
there's a new category in chat filter, or is it new? I don't know. I'm in StreamYard and so I can't see it, so I don't know.
what does it say, Julie? A new category. All right. I've got to find this stamp. Oh gosh, it's not right here.
For fan funding, I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I have seen that. Yes, it's another way to make money. God, drives me crazy, all the money making.
Well, most of those things make more money for YouTube than anybody else.
Right.
Not that I'm ungrateful when anybody uses one of them, but I feel kind of bad about it because I know it ends up making YouTube
Here's my stamp I wanted.
the
Okay.
most money.
My stamp was underneath all this stuff.
But I don't know anything about that one. Well, I'm making them show up. Now they look hand drawn.
Oh, look.
Over
That's
what was already
wonderful.
there. So
That's perfectly wonderful, though. They really do show up.
yeah.
Okay. These are going back in the scrap bin. And I need to find a napkin back or something. To make a little
Thanks, Julie.
Piece of tissue paper or something.
Okay.
There. Okay. I'm going to do this. Pick a color. Pick a color, any color. I have to get my. I had a red stamp pad.
Sorry, I keep having to mute, but I'm having some sinus issues right now. Our weather's been so weird that I think it's just messing me up. But anyway, making me cough a lot and sneeze. So the pen and the puppy's outside barking at who knows what. He has very definite ideas about who should and shouldn't be around.
Territory.
Okay, 11:2. Well, I think that turned out cute.
Oh, I do too. Oh, look. I love that. Oh, your page is a little fold out page. That's wonderful.
Yep.
Oh,
Something
let me open
interesting
it up.
first, I guess.
Let me see those little butterflies. Oh, yes. See, it wanted that. That's great.
It just needed something. And it looks like butterflies are the thing today.
Oh, this is lightweight.
Yeah, the first page I did was this one with the flip out thing. And
Oh,
then
you're
this
in a flip out mood.
I'm trying to remember what I did last time. Oh, that stamp page. That was interesting and a good way to use up some stamps, but it's not like one of my favorites. Right there. That's what I did last time. I just realized that my plan was when I finished this to start putting dictionary pages on these.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
But I didn't get any dictionary pages out. So
Oh,
I'm going to run over to the bookshelf. I know the dictionaries I used to always get stuff out of are in the studio, and I don't want to go out and have to wrestle the dog, keep him from running in the studio because he thinks that is like the most fun place to get into trouble ever.
his new home.
Oh, he would love to be in there with all the stuff he can get into. So I'm going to go over here and look.
I am just not getting a good stamp at all. Huh. Well, well, well. Time to color it in. That's showing up a little bit better.
Okay. Well, here's some.
Beth Schuler's in the house. Hello, Beth.
Hey, Beth. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. This is, I love this dictionary. I haven't used anything out of it yet, but it's like got typeface. You know, just regular. I mean, it looks like regular typewriter.
Oh, I like that too. That's pretty. Oh, look at those old pages. Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think that's what I'm going to use. They've got a lot of, it's got several, it's a dictionary of dictionaries.
Oh, okay.
Old spider webs on it. Yay, just what we want.
Really?
Okay. Let's see which different kinds it has in it. It's got some space stuff at the very beginning before you even get to the dictionaries. 12 complete dictionaries. Webster's Dictionary, Crossword Puzzle Dictionary, Bible Dictionary, Book of Quotations, Scientific Terms, Synonyms, Antonyms, Homonyms, Music Dictionary, Rhyming Dictionary, Legal Dictionary, Medical Dictionary, an outline of U.S. history, and then the Atlas and Gazetteer. So it's got a little bit of everything.
It
I
sure
was
does.
trying to see if I could find when it was printed, but okay. It started being printed in 1953. This must be the 1978 version because it shows 53, 55, 57, and on up to 78. So I guess this one was done in 78, or it would have shown something else. Anyway, I want to see how much of the. Okay. Well, interesting. I'm just going to grab the first bunch of them.
Yeah. Whatever not.
Okay, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
There.
6.
That's almost clear enough to use it.
Okay, that should be enough. Oh yeah, I think that's pretty. Oh, I forget. I got to do them on the other side too. Okay, keep going, Lisa.
Okay. Oh, come on. These little fiddly pieces of deli paper are a pain. Okay. It's almost too red, but it's okay. What I have is a red one. Red. Do I have another one?
Okay, that should be plenty.
Mm.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I need 18 altogether. Did you cover the whole page or did you leave like a border?
It's almost right up to the edge, but there's a tiny little edge showing.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be easier to do that than to try to make it perfect. And if it's a little bit smaller, then you don't have to cut each page off all around the edges.
Right.
Okay, we're going to leave the top edge. Let's just do that first. So that I don't know if these will cut with a cutter or not. They're so old and brittle, they might not. But it's a pretty
cut all mine
new,
with
sharp
my
cutters. So
I tear stuff. I don't cut it, so mine is all just torn edge.
yeah, well, that's what I intended to do, but this is so the parts that need to be cut off are very very little. Okay. Like this, and with this brittle paper, that would be really hard to tear. Okay, let me see how that's going to work on here. No, I'm going to have to take a little bit off the top too. Okay. Okay. I think I'll cut the top and bottom and tear the sides. I think that'll be nice.
I'm going with that. Okay, let's see if I can tear this. I'm going to just tear it. Tearing it. Oh, this is my, oh dear. Oh dear, this is my
What
dental
happened?
receipt.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm going to save this and file it because I want to put it in there. How funny. Okay, never mind. I forgot that's what I was making my jelly prints on. It's all good. All good.
Well, I'm glad. I'm used to lining things up right with the plastic. And on this cutter, if you do that, it doesn't cut there.
Ah, right.
And so that's took me a while to figure out why things weren't being cut the way I thought they should be.
I quit using those cutters. Well, that's a little guillotine cutter, isn't it? Or is it a
Well,
roller?
it's a
It's a
a
roller.
rolling
Yeah.
self sharpening cutter.
You know, I've got a cutter like that, a big one that a friend gave me because she wasn't going to use it. She gave it to
Yeah,
me. So it's like a big monster. I have to keep it out in the sewing room. And it it uses the rotary blades, the 45-degree rotary blades.
yeah. Well, this one's using a rotary blade, but I don't know if it's. Yeah, it does have an angle somewhat to it, but the angle's on the side that's not cutting. It's not on the side where you're cutting from. Do you like it, Julie? Well, that'd probably be a better plan, except that except that I don't like doing edges. So um, that would probably, make have a better result, but I'm only going to do what I'm willing to do. I'm making some little curlies.
Actually, if you glue it on, you can never trim the edge with the, at least not with the
No,
scissors.
you'd have to cut it with scissors, and I'm not in the mood to do that.
No, I think it'd be a lot harder for me. Okay, now we got to get this thing organized.
Oops.
You know, these Pitt artist pens were some of the very first ones I bought.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I mean, like very first, like maybe what year is it now? 2023. I
Yeah.
bet I've had these at least 10 years and they're still juicy.
That's impressive.
It's amazing. I have some of the brushes too, and they are also. I thought I better start using them a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so now I'm going to glue this onto the page. And this is what I was using my receipt from the dentist for. Okay. Boy, these are fiddly to pick up. Fiddly.
Those are
Fiddly.
really cute. Are those stickers or what are those?
These are just little doodles, you know, on edges of things that are
Oh,
throwaway
yeah.
pieces. So I just doodled those on there, and then I said, "Oh, those are perfect in here. That's what I need.
Yeah.
3 little doodled circles." Okay, so those need to go right there. This is going to go up here somewhere. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, they must be grinding stumps, chipping. We live about 4 lots away from the wood yard. You know, the sheriff's cleanup department where they pick up old dead felled trees in the county and cut it
Right.
up. So, but we don't usually hear grinding tree noises. We don't usually hear it. Okay,
Uh-oh.
this guy is just going to go down right there.
Oh, shoot.
Uh-oh.
I was a little bit too um too greedy or whatever. I picked up a little bit more papers than I really should have to try to do that last little bunch. Okay, it's all right. They'll be pretty all ripped like that. So okay. I was gonna look, Julie, and see. I don't think mine's hard to read. Um oh, now I've got all these edges. And I'm going to be a very bad crafter and throw them away because I don't have my place where I keep them here inside the house, and I'm not going to try to find another place at the moment. Okay.
Straight.
I'm going to move these all out of the way. I'm trying to decide what's better to glue these on with. Did you glue yours on with a glue stick or with Mod Podge or with matte medium, or what'd you do?
I did glue stick, I believe.
I'm afraid I'll tear up this paper. I think I'm going to do glue stick but put it on here and then just put my paper down and just try to leave a little bit of a border that's not gluey and hope that it's not too much border. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get it on there straight. But it's on there now. So
That's okay. It's going to get covered up.
they must have learned from yours before they made my version, Julie. Everybody complained, and so they put the white strip on there. And I just got lucky enough to wait and buy mine until they did. I can't, that's really crooked. That's going to drive me crazy. Have you thought,
Okay.
are they embossed at all, Julie? I know these are not, but I have a cutter that's all one solid color and the numbers are kind of embossed up. I don't know if that's embossed or debossed when it's up. But you might could run a stamp pad over them if they're sticking up and ink them. I don't know.
All right. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm going to ink around that, aren't I? Probably.
Probably.
I think I do. I think I want to. I didn't ink my little pieces here. They kind of get lost, but I like it.
I did a little bit better with this one.
Oh, that makes me happy. So I got to use the paper from the new collection.
And your own stuff.
And
your own papers that you made.
Yeah.
Well, that would work too. I was just, an ink pad might be faster, but it might, if they're not close enough together, it might make a mess too. I don't know. Sharpie might be better.
Trying
The
to
marks
draw.
are wonky.
I'm not sure what Julie's talking about.
I'll show you. On here, hers
Oh.
doesn't have a white strip. It just has the numbers kind of sticking up, but they're all the same color as they're all orange. And I was telling her that, she might could put some ink from an ink pad on them, but I was afraid it might make a mess if it hit wrong, and she says she's been trying to do it with a Sharpie, which takes a lot longer, but probably is a better result.
Okay. All right. All right, I'm done. I'm finally done.
Yay.
Now the question is, do I want to add a little outlining on the after it's already done?
It would look nice.
Just a little bit.
It is beautiful, isn't it, Julie?
Thank you, Julie.
It's beautiful, Barbara.
I love my little book pages.
Got two. Well, these are not in any kind of order anyway, so it doesn't matter. Everyone else in chat must be crafting, she says, because she's the only one talking. Well, we're glad you're willing to talk to us, Julie.
That's right.
And we're glad if everybody's crafting too. So both ways are good.
Yeah, I think he's better with a little outline on him.
Yes, I agree.
Oh,
Very nice.
it's beautiful. I love that paper. I'm really glad I bought it, Lisa. I mean, it's so cheap. It's just
I'm
everything
glad
else.
you are too. I would hate it if I talked you into buying it and then you didn't like it.
Oh, really? No. Fat chance of that. It's too pretty. Okay, I got to sign it, don't I?
Yep.
Sign it. Okay. Sign it.
Well, I don't sign mine. I just date them, but because it's my book. So
Well, that's true. Do I sign it? No, I initial it.
I was gonna say, whatever you normally do, that's what you need to do. But I just hadn't thought about it until you said that, and I was like, yeah, sign it. Wait a minute, I don't sign mine.
I do. I'll sign it right down here. Today is 11/2.
Yep.
23. Wow. There. Number 48 is my number.
Got it crooked again.
Uh-oh.
Of course, it'd probably really be a shock to everybody, including me, if I managed to get things straight. So,
Well, and also you're going to have flaps over that top of that, and you're going to have stuff stuck in it. So
that's true.
see, I see something that's bothering my eyeball.
What's that?
I'm not even going to tell you because you'd never think of it. And if I don't say anything.
Oh, now I'm going to worry about it.
Oh, God. See, these are not spaced properly.
Oh, you're right. I wouldn't have noticed, but I thought you were talking about what I was doing.
No,
I was like,
not what
no,
you're
tell me
doing.
what I did wrong.
If you were doing something really bad, I'd tell you.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, little book. Scan her.
Looking good. That's true. I should, I guess, put my name in the book somewhere at least, but
Yes.
I guess I had never thought about it. I never thought about them going anywhere beyond my own kids.
The cover of my little book is my telephone message book from last year.
Ah, there you go.
And when I retired it in December, I thought, wow, that's too pretty to retire. I've got to just, I'll
Yeah,
use it. I'll use
I
that.
agree.
Look, isn't that pretty? I made a little
Like a dream
Kind of
catcher Zentangle?
like a dream catcher from my little labyrinth stickers. Yeah. So this was made 12/22/21, this cover.
Well,
Great ideas.
do you make a new address book every year?
Yeah, I buy those little address books from the Dollar Tree.
Uh-huh.
So they show a week at a glance. It's not an address book, it's a calendar.
Calendar. Okay.
Calendar.
I thought,
My
wow,
word.
you go to a lot of work to make an address book every year.
No address book, not an address book every year. A calendar, and we use it by our telephone to write our telephone messages on.
That's very smart.
Yeah. And so it's like we used to buy week at a glance things for, $8 or something like that, but now with Dollar Tree you could buy it for $1.25. You don't need a lot of space.
Right.
We don't get that many phone calls.
I was gonna say I definitely don't. And when I was trying to find ways to save money, we got rid of our regular home phone. We just have cell phones now. I said something to my sister about it, and she goes, "Oh, I did that years ago." But I know why she did it, because they're in the Army and they move every 2 years,
Oh yeah, they have to.
But she says, I haven't missed it. You won't miss it either. During political season, I definitely don't miss it because I hate getting political calls all the time.
I like this one. This is from August. I think this is before Tanya left, or I don't know.
Yeah. I think she left 1st of September.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not positive. I think it was 1st of September. It feels like forever ago, but I think it was just 1st of September.
Here's a Celebrate Summer. Well,
I kept it for a long time just because I knew the kids knew that phone number. And if they lost their phone and needed to call home, that was a number they had in their head,
Right.
And but when I wasn't going to pay an extra $30 or $40 a month for it anymore, so.
Did I tell you that I've started line dancing?
No, that's awesome.
This page reminds me a body in motion tends to stay in motion. Yeah, on my birthday in August, I have to start getting moving.
I think that's awesome.
It is. It totally is awesome.
I did for my PE credit in college, I did a class that was called weight training and conditioning, but the conditioning part was basically line dancing.
It is conditioning too. Yeah. Well, I was so out of shape that when I first started, I couldn't do it. I couldn't dance all the dances.
Yeah.
Because I would get too exhausted. So when I first started, the first day I started it, I was like a dance, maybe 3 dances. That was it. I had to sit out every other dance to catch my breath. But now I'm up there dancing for a whole hour.
Yay for you. That's
so
awesome.
I think, yep, that is exactly what I needed it to do. And it's just 2 days a week for an hour. And one of them, the one on Tuesday afternoons, I was thinking I don't like it that much because it's a little bit more intermediate and he does not teach every single dance.
He just assumes you already know them.
Yes, he assumes people already know them, and most of the people do know them. And so they've been kind of over it's been too complex for me to try to do it. But this last Tuesday, I said, okay, I may not dance every single dance, but I'm going to try every single dance and get as much of it as I can.
Yeah.
and just to stay on my feet longer.
Well, and by the time you get through the end of the dance, you probably kind of figured it out.
Well, some of them, no. But yeah, most of them, yeah. Yeah, most of them, yeah. And it's just so much fun. It just feels so good to actually get out of here and go do something.
Yes.
It's a little bit social, a lot physical. Yeah.
It's good for your mental health too.
Well, so that was one of my 80th birthday presents to myself, was dancing. Oh, these don't necessarily look like they go together, do they?
Well, they don't not go together. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They look like two separate pages,
Mm-hmm.
not like a spread, but they look complementary enough of each other to go together well, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If you
That's
had to
what
do some more of those little dots, you could put
I could put some
right
more
up
dots
here.
right up here. I could.
Yeah.
I think that's an excellent plan. I do. I have some right here.
Okay.
That's good. Good call, Lisa.
Yay.
Are you wanting to get off of here at 12:30 or whatever?
Oh, I tell you what I'm going to do. I don't have to get off as early today. I hurt my knee last night, and my mom, when I picked her up this morning to take her up there, she said, I brought my lunch, so I don't want you to show up until 5. I usually show up at 11:30 and bring her home and feed her lunch and then take her back at 3 and then go
Oh,
back at 5 and stay till 8 to take her home. She said, just show back up at 5. And so I have time today that I don't normally have, but
okay.
I do need to bring the dog in. So I'm going to mute so you don't have to listen in case he decides to be feisty. You just never
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I needed that. Come get that. Yes. That's what it wanted. Julie, we had a robo sales call on our landline phone this morning. I heard it ring at 6:20 a.m. I did go back to sleep. Okay, that's good. Just like that. Just like that.
Well, he lost his good boy collar out there somewhere. And so I'm going to have to go out and find it in a few minutes.
What's a good
But
boy
we,
collar?
it's one of those prong collars
Oh,
that if he doesn't behave, it kind of reminds him
uh-huh.
to behave. And he always obeys me with that on. I haven't had to pull it in a long time, but he usually realizes when he doesn't have it on and he doesn't behave as well. But today he behaved just fine, so um, I'm proud of him. He's growing up, I guess, finally. But I'll have to go find that thing. Hannah, when she's here on the weekends and in the evenings, she takes it off because she can deal with it if he starts deciding he wants to go somewhere else or something,
Uh-huh.
you know. But so it's most when she takes him on a walk, she leaves it on. She puts it on because she doesn't want him to decide to chase a cat and her not to be able to stop him. But because we have millions of neighborhood cats that think they own the whole neighborhood, and um, I'm not sure who feeds them all, but they all look very healthy, so I don't worry about them as far as that goes. Um, but they tend to sit in the middle of the street and just look at him like, "Yeah, you think you're coming after me? I don't think so." So I don't know if they know that they can run fast should they decide they want to, or if they just know that Hannah won't let him chase them. But anyway, they're pretty good at antagonizing him and walking very slowly away and looking back at him and all the things that they do to show how superior they are. Drives him nuts. He's like, I just want to be friends. But his idea of friendly social interaction isn't the same as most people's. So, just like, let me jump on you so you can show me how much you love me. He's learning, but it's slow. I've never had one that took this long to get that basic basic kindness built in. I mean, he thinks he's being kind. Like if you hurt yourself, like I've tripped a couple of times and he's come back and you could tell he was trying to make me feel better. He didn't know what to do.
Oh.
So he was jumping on me, trying to get me to play with him because play always makes you feel better as far as he's concerned. And so it's like, no, I don't think you understand, dog. But I think he's beginning to figure out that I physically can't do what Hannah can do. And so he treats me differently than he does her.
Oh, that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
How they know that? Who knows?
Well, it sure took him long enough to figure it out. But oh. I am going to need to get off at 3, but I'm glad I can go a little longer today.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to at least get these glued down and get this glued into the book.
Yeah, that sounds
so
good.
It can look like a book. Then I can make pockety things next time. Then I can go out the studio and dig out all my stuff and put in it.
Good. Found me some
Julie
leaves.
says Tippy always cried when Mom was crying. Oh, that's so sweet. Poor baby.
Aww.
Your picture of your mom was so pretty, Julie. I saw it on Facebook. She was obviously as lovely a person as you are.
I know what I'm going to do the rest of the time you're on.
What's that?
I finished crocheting on a new cat bed last night. And I need to pull threads through.
Oh, you need to show us your cat bed.
I will. I'm going to go get it
Okay.
in the other room. I'll be back. I'll be back, Kitty.
Yes, you could see that she was a lovely person in her eyes. Well, and her face was just sweet too. She just looked like a lovely person.
So this is it. It's big. Let's see if I can zoom out a
Wow,
little.
let me make you big and maybe we can see it better.
So these edges all roll in.
Okay, so you don't have to stuff it with anything.
I don't have to stuff it. But honestly, since we have the stuffing was not hard to do. But this is fine. I might tack it down.
I see people make all these things for their cats, and all I can think of is that cats must be much less destructive than dogs. Because if we
Well,
made
she
something like that for Sparrow, he would think the best fun would be to tear it up.
tear it up. Well, they don't wrestle things like a dog does. But she does her making biscuits in it,
Yeah.
especially in these soft parts. She'll make biscuits in these soft parts. This is like has a lot of things you're not supposed to do because you can see how it wobbles in here pretty much.
Yeah.
That's because I increased too rapidly. So I have too many increases in through here.
Well, it's not bad though, and it'll be fine for the kitty to give her something else to push at.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, very cool.
Yeah. Okay. So now I need to get a needle. Darn kids. Weaving needle. Where is it? Let's see. Here's some needles. Ooh. This has gotten all rusty in here.
Uh-oh.
Not good.
That's something I never would have thought about. Of course, where I live, it probably wouldn't happen. Because we're practically in the desert, and you're not.
I am in the foggy redwoods. That helps. Let's see what we got here.
Hi, Jacqueline. We're so glad you're here.
Hey, Jacqueline, I haven't seen you in a while. It's rainy, rainy, rainy here, Julie, and for the next 6 days, I think. Okay.
For 3 days, we had rain all around us,
Oh, but you didn't
but
get
we
it?
didn't get any.
Oh, geez.
The
That's
farmers got
ridiculous.
it, and they need it worse than we do, but we
Lovely's
didn't get any
Crafting
here in town.
Lodge's Jacqueline, Julie.
It's been sports season, soccer, cross country, and ice skating. Wow. That would be exhausting.
Where
Even
are
if you weren't the
you,
one playing.
Jacqueline? I'll tell you what, I'm ready for curling season to start, and I'm a little confused as to who's offering curling. YouTube used to be offering a lot of curling, but now not so much.
I guess I'm going to have to watch some of that so I can know what you're talking about.
Well, it's a sport that it didn't start in Canada, but if you look up curling Canada, you can find a lot of old matches. And it's slow. It's like watching a chess game. Except that there's more action. And it's an intelligent sport. How they do it, I couldn't tell you.
She says she's in Ohio.
Ohio, we decorated for Christmas already? You've started all over again with your names list. We'll add Lovely's Crafting Lodge equals Jacqueline in there. I'm about to have to redo mine because some of my pages are too thick.
Oh, my hands are gross. I need to find wipes. Where did I put those? I haven't used them in so long, I don't even know where I put them. Okay, where are you?
Yours got paint splatters all over it. Judy, that's funny.
Well, can't find it. Okay, well, we're just gonna let my hands dry then, I guess, and I'll go wash them in a minute.
What did you lose?
My wipes.
Oh,
I had them right here beside where I'm streaming at, and when we moved the typewriter in from the guild, they got moved, and I don't know where they are. I'm doing putting the little library pockets in the magazines for our weaving guild, and I didn't realize when I volunteered to do that I was going to inherit a typewriter.
oh dear.
And I didn't really have a spot for it, but that was too embarrassing to admit, so I just took it.
Oh dear. That's funny.
So I had to put it where I had intended to put some other things. Okay, well, I got out some extra pages, but that's all right. Oh, I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay. Yes, Julie, I've got my old typewriter from the 1950s when I took typing in high school. And I do that. I type the quotes I'm making on the journal page I'm making today. I will do that with. And I really love how it looks. The letters are all messed up and, because it's really old. Yeah. You know what else I love though, Julie, when we're making stuff? There's the old American typewriter font. Do you have that on your computer? And I make the words, the Timmy words. You can get that the little chat words. And so a lot of those words, plus a lot, like, see that be you bravely, that's one of the Timmy words, phrases. And embrace beautiful chaos is one of his. So I just type those out on my computer. I have pages of these that I print out when I'm running low and keep them in this little word.
Well, that's very smart.
Yeah. Like that, hold tight and pretend it's a plan. I mean, I'm making so many birthday cards. I probably send out about 20 a month. No, 10 to 15 a month. Anyway, so some of these I use over and over because I really like them.
Now, when you put the edge on the covers on this, are they edge to edge with the back? Oh, I forgot his were built in. So
mine are built in, yeah. So yeah, they are. So yours may not be, and it doesn't matter. But if your pages are the same size as your back, probably they could be.
Yeah, well, they're not, but the way the edges around are, I planned for it to be edge to edge, evidently, because there's the same border on these three sides if this one's edge to edge. So
yeah,
that's good to know.
Yeah.
And now if I can remember where my yes paste is. Oh, it may be out in the studio still. I'm looking over on the bookshelf to see. I can't even remember the things I've brought in already and what I haven't. Oh. Well, I think I'm just going to use the art glitter glue because it's here. And I've got this old bottle that needs to be used up anyway. So
there you go. I actually cleaned out my art glitter glue bottle a month or so ago. Yeah, Julie, I like these little boxes. They sit right here on top of my desk, so I always have something. I always have my little words. I always have these, and I've got pens, calligraphy pens.
Oh my goodness.
I've got my stack of pens for Inktober in one that lives in the same little place, just right here. It's all right here. I had to try to get everything right at my arm's reach if possible. Otherwise, I'd forget I had it.
Well, that's pretty smart.
That's true, though. Sad.
Well, I didn't realize how thin this. I forgot I had thinned down the glue in this bottle. It just poured out.
Oh dear.
I know. I'm going to definitely have plenty.
Mm. Now these pieces that I pulled out of that little kit of color, I have got to put in my little ephemera book. So I don't want them to get lost.
Okay. Oh, that didn't go in there straight. Come on. Okay. Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Mess, 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 mess. Okay, well, that's the way it's going to be. It's not what I intended.
All right, we're going to stop there.
Okay. Well, it's about as straight as everything else about it, so I guess I can't complain too much.
Right.
Or I shouldn't, anyway.
It looks good.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember where the back is so I can put more glue to the edge on the back.
Oh, whoopsie, I bumped myself out. Julie, kicked yourself off chat.
Uh-oh. Her computer likes to do that, or her phone, or whatever she's watching on. Okay.
Out altogether. Oh, dear. That's good enough. All right, moving right along. Here's where they're all to attach.
Okay. Now we'll just go clean up this spatula here. Gotta find my wipes so I can clean my table.
One more to remember.
Oh. Okay, well, it's about 3 o'clock.
Well,
Went
it sure
fast.
is. Look at that. That half hour went fast.
It did.
Did you get finished?
I did.
Oh, yay.
It is put
Let's see
together.
your pages then. Open her up. You did the front and back? Oh, that looks so nice. Oh, boy. You did them all, every single one. Cool.
Oh yeah, that's the end. Okay, I forget there's one less page to turn on the back.
Right. Oh, Lisa, isn't that fine?
Yes, I love it. I can't wait to get my pockets put in and then fill it up.
That is just lovely.
So thank you for the inspiration.
Hey, thank Patricia at Le Cafe Craft.
Thank you, Patricia. I did go watch her video when you suggested it to me, but it
Isn't
was
she
still you
funny?
that inspired me, not her. So
I know. She's so funny. And Lair had made one, and Debbie Farrell had made one too. So I've seen several inspired by her or somebody.
yeah. Well, I like it. I think it's a good size for the things I have. It needed to be bigger than I'd first planned on. When I found this cover, I was like, that's really big, but if I'm going to put stuff in it, I want it to hold enough stuff to be worth all the trouble I went to.
Exactly. I know.
So,
The thing about these books, they have to stay upright.
yeah. And it
Oh, Sherry also made one. I thought maybe I remembered
Yay,
that.
Sherry. Well, you have to just kind of do a flip through for us or something on a video so we can see it.
Cool.
Making sure that's really stuck down good.
And then I just used the art glitter glue to put the pockets in just around the
Yeah.
edges.
I will probably do the same thing.
Cool. That's gorgeous.
Okay, well, I need to go. Thank you all for coming.
Bye,
I appreciate
everybody.
it. Thank
Bye,
you, Barbara,
everybody in
for
the balcony.
coming to play with me.
You're
It
welcome.
made it more fun, and it honestly, knowing that you were willing to do it is what made me willing to do everything I had to do to get it to where I could do it. So I appreciate that very much. And why don't
You're
we just
most
plan to
welcome.
play Jelly Plate next week if you can still do it?
I can still do it next week. Yeah, let's do that. I am probably overdue for a jelly plate play.
Okay, I know I am. And when
Sounds
you
like a
mentioned it,
plan.
I was like, yes, that's what I want to do. So
Sounds like a plan.
we could
Okay,
do a little
kiddo.
page first if we want to, and then
Yeah.
But we have to work faster on our little page if we're going to bother telling
I
Brandy
know.
afterwards.
Maybe I'll think ahead on my little page so I have something sort of thought out.
Yeah, I'll try to do that too. That's a good idea. Okay, love you all. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, Teresa. Bye bye, everybody.